a $500 gaming PC using parts from an AliExpress and the Temu. Two Chinese companies with such a good value. Their computer come with a free spyware. But people tell me the quality of the product no good. They say that's not a console killer, it's a console victim. We're going to see what happened today, cause you don't know. This might be a good rock PC. Maybe it come with more than one spyware.
Before we continue, this video is brought to you in part by CDKeyOffer.com. So I have 3 desktop PCs that I regularly bounce between, and all of them are running activated copies of Windows from keys that I got on CDKeyOffer.com. I've used many key sites in the past, but CDKeyOffer is the only one I've never had an issue with. I've never had a bad key, I've never had to call customer service, I've never had to email customer support, and I've never had to activate Windows over a phone, which is super fun. Right now you can get a Windows 10 Pro OEM key for around $22, but wait! Add it to your cart, use the 25% discount code BW20 at checkout, and the price drops to just $16.93. Buy Grabthar's hammer, what a savings. To use your new key, just go to your purchased orders from the drop-down menu to view and copy the key once you get there, and then paste that key into the Windows activation page. Voila! You've got an activated OS that's also eligible for a free upgrade to Windows 11. Alternatively, you can skip the upgrade and buy Windows 11 Pro directly using the same code BW20 to snag the OS for around $23. Activate the key using the aforementioned steps and get the full Windows experience easily and affordably. Thanks again to CDKeyOffer.com. Now back to the main video.
The CPU is the Intel Core i3-12100F. It's a 4-core CPU, pretty good budget chip, but look at how it's packaged. This looks like an opium. If I knew the CPU come this way, I would have brought a pipe to smoke it. Today we're going to test the CPU for fentanyl. This is not a bag for computer chip, this is for potato chip. Fortunately, the motherboard is in a box. Chris 3. Whoever named this take an English class for one day. This board's a micro ATX on the B760. Please don't be a bad one. We got a nice heat sink, a pretty good IO. This only a 2 DIMM slot, but this one says a dual channel, DDR4. They give us a 1.2 M.2 slot, but no CMOS battery. We can still boot, we just cannot save the BIOS setting. It's okay, this BIOS probably stand for bricks immediately on startup. This is a very cheap board. This is not a PCI Express, this is a Panda Express. This one is the LGA 1700 socket. I didn't know if the pins were included. You'll come out now, time for the drug deal. Time to go down, wait. We need to remove the CPU condom. If you're going to mount something, use the raw dog method. Then you put this one down till it pop like a cherry. Then you seal the deal. Then we get the DRAM, 16 gig DDR4 3200 from Yongxin. We get the sticks, the 2 stick. We get the stick is a 1, and this is just 1 stick. This is They make the website confusing with the picture with the 2 stick, make you think you get 2 stick, only 1 stick. This is a scam. This is a bunch of bullshit. Piece of shit. The CPU no come with a cooler. They could not fit it in the dumb bag. So we get this one. Ice 200 Pro. I'm surprised Ice read this into America. This is such a tiny box. Manual with a screw and the cooler. It's so tiny. It fit in my hand. What the f? Just a small heat sink and a 92mm fan. And only 2 heat pipes. Just 2 heat pipes. This thing going to be on fire. Look at this one. It's a bending. The tower bending. It's a reaming tower. A piece of shit. Hold on 1 minute. What the American people say? Winston, we have a problem. I put a CPU bracket on the motherboard, put the hook on both sides. We need the hook to mount the CPU cooler. But there's a hook, it touched the motherboard VRM heat sink. There's a no clearance. This means we cannot mount the CPU cooler this way. We need to turn her. We need to turn her sideways, like a radius of the 9. Then put the fan below, blowing air at the top. But first we need the thermal paste. This look like your mom's favorite dish, cream of some young guy. Take the other condom off, so many condoms. Now we need to hook the ref one first. Oh, that's a rather force. I think that's secure. More secure than the US border. But I don't know if the RAM going to fit now because of this one. Is that close call? Is it going to fit? That's not good. It bent too much. But we cannot flip this one. You see here, it's going to run into this. Maybe I try to bend. Just a little bend. I bend just enough so it's straight now. But you can see it touching. It's scratching the paint. This is the most build I ever seen. This is the case. This one from a War Reparo. I think they mean to say sparrow, but they spell it wrong. Reparo. This case probably need many repairs. Oh good. At least it's fashionable. This is so right. It's like a 2 gram. Let's see what kind of bullshit we got. The styrofoam weigh more than the case. What kind of shit is this? Look at the front panel. You can't even fit a grain of rice in there. There's a 0 airflow. That's not the case. That's a micro ATX coffin. The back look pretty normal with a power supply for the mother. What's this? I'm afraid to look inside. It's like a misfortune cookie. The hell is this? There's no airflow. There's no fans. Why even buy this case? Just get the shoebox. This is quite possibly the shittiest PC in the world. All of these parts need to call their loved ones because they're about to die. If this build turned on, I'm going to buy lottery ticket. This case have 0 fans, so Lyle had to buy his own fan. This is an 80mm to exhaust air out the back and a 120mm to choke and die at the front. Okay? They actually give me 2 fans, which is pretty nice. But the fan and Morex connector, this is a shitty connector and they come with no screw. But that's okay. China already screwed me many times today. This computer's so bad. McAfee uninstall itself. Auto fan install, super shitty, super ugly. There's an SSD, 2.5-inch drive. This one called the Kung Fu. Kung Fu, that's why it's this. Oh, you see the Chinese man? He's doing a martial art. Wait, hold on. There's a Bruce Lee. That's a piracy, you see? This drive copy more than just data. A 3-year warranty. China don't have a warranty. China only have a warranty. This one, fast and stable. Sound very stable. Let's see the drive. Wait, it worked right. Oh, what the heck? They use a Bruce Lee again. That's a disrespect. Not all Asian men are 2.5-inch. We screw to bottom of case. This. Next we have a GPU, XFX Swift 210, Radeon RX 6600. This is an AMD graphics card. Let's hope it's not potato inside. Two fan. There's an 8-pin power connector. Got the back plate. 6600. Okay, this is the right one. Actually, not too bad. We have another problem, Winston. This GPU doesn't fit. Maybe we need to remove. We need to remove the CPU cooler fan. Where is still not a fitting? We have to remove the whole cooler and the fan. Okay, we got the shit undone finally. That's a pain in the ass. Let's see if we can do it. Come on, baby. Yes. Oh, so tight. We can't even put the fan back. It's too tight. This is tighter than a young geisha. There we go. Now we do the PSU. This is the I don't give a shit and the 80 plus. 80 plus, that's a guarantee of how many minutes before it explodes. Game SD700. SD is a self-destruct. On the top it says, a passion for e-sport. Because when you install, it says, bomb has been planted. What the hell is this? You can't even tell what's going on. Insert other type of interface into fight praise. What the f? This way almost rests in the case. If this PC cannot render any frames, at least we can watch it go up in frames. Now I just plug everything in so the computer can turn on for the first and last time. Okay, we done. Even if this fan works, it's going to blow air at nothing. And look at this. It's wiggle. That's not a heat sink. That's aluminum foil. Moment of truth, motherfucker. We're going to see some firework for Chinese New Year. 3, 2, 1, go. Go! That's not good. It's smoking! It's smoking! I turned it off, but it's smoking already. That's not good. There's a smoke! Oh, it smells so bad. What the f happened? What the hell was smoking? Oh, shit. I think Lyle make a mistake. Let's see this one. Uh-oh.
Hey everyone, Kyle here, a normal person for once. I just came back from an out-of-town trip. I saw my surveillance cameras footage of Lyle running out of my house with a burn mark on his hand, and I immediately rushed home because he's not supposed to be here. I don't even know how he got in. If any of you have a history of Chinese men breaking into your house and building computers, please let me know. I would love to get this issue resolved. He did send me a text after that letting me know that he was here and had some issues with a computer build. It looks like he actually plugged in the PCIe cable from the power supply, which is supposed to go to the graphics card, into the CPU connector, the power connector on the motherboard, which I'm going to say right now, 99% sure that this board is completely fried. Still in question are the GPU, CPU, power supply, and RAM. We're about to test those right now. I've got a working test bed to do that, including an Asus Z690 motherboard, Core i5-12600K CPU, and a Seasonic power supply. But first I want to take a closer look at what exactly happened here and how did this go so horribly wrong. So this is a PCIe connector for a graphics card. It's 8-pin, but the CPU power connector on the motherboard is also 8-pin. So it's easy to think that this cable might go to that plug if you're a novice builder or an idiot like Lyle. However, the connectors on these plugs are keyed, which means that this should not even fit into that unless you're actually trying to jam it in forcefully. So upon first attempt, most people would quickly realize, oh, this cable doesn't fit in here, it must go somewhere else. But lo and behold, this power supply that Lyle got from AliExpress or wherever the hell is so cheap that they didn't even bother keying the plugs on these cables properly, which means that this actually slips into the CPU power connector perfectly fine without any resistance. Let's see here. Yep. That's not good. That's obviously bad because the pin layout on the cable is wired differently than the pin layout on the CPU connector. So the second Lyle turned on the system, the 12-volt power from the power supply actually went to the ground on the motherboard connector, and just like that you get a short, it's 4th of July, boom, you f***ed. Obviously, Lyle is still a moron for trying to plug this cable into the motherboard. He doesn't get a pass for that. But had this power supply not been so crappy, and had these connectors been properly keyed, this whole catastrophe could have easily been prevented. It is what it is. This is just the shit we gotta deal with until the day Lyle stops breathing. So we're gonna go ahead and test the other components to see which of them survived the incident, starting with the GPU and RAM.
Do a little short here.
Graphics card fans are spinning. Crappy CPU cooler looks good. Do we get, okay. GPU and RAM are clear. Now to test the CPU. We've got our Core i3-12100F installed, and moment of truth, I really hope this works because this is one of the semi-decent components in the entire build. The power supply should be on. Yeah, it would suck to lose this guy because, I mean, it's one of the few components in this build that's actually from a reputable brand. Come on, baby. Please. Yes, that's such a good sign. That's amazing. Did you just feel that? Did you just feel that weight lifted off of all of our shoulders in that moment that we just shared? That was beautiful. And now we're testing the crappy power supply, Oppenheimer edition. This could get messy. If something starts to backfire, or if there's literal fire, I'm gonna be quick to pull the plug and disconnect everything. In fact, I'm so wary of that unit that I actually removed the graphics card, and we're just gonna be using the iGPU to get a video signal. Let's see what happens. Check in for smoke. Check in for smoke. RGB works. Don't smell anything, but I also don't see anything. All right, I'm killing it. It's no good. You know, just for good measure, I'm gonna make sure that our iGPU works with the working power supply. Assuming the crappy power supply didn't already fry the board. One more time, come on. Uh-oh, not getting a signal here either. Yep, this isn't working. Okay, I'm putting the GPU back on with the good unit just to make sure that this still works. I really hope the bad power supply didn't just fry our board. I'm getting nervous, dude. I'm getting nervous. Nervous. Da-dun, 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 da-dun. Oh, shit. I think we killed the board. Okay, this is not good. This is not good. I tried a different graphics card. I tried clearing the CMOS. We are still not getting a video signal. I think this board's dead. This board's dead too. That means this shitty power supply claimed 2 lives today while killing itself in the process. It's a double murder-suicide. That's what's going on here. This is a gruesome scene here at the Bitwit household. Okay, I've had some time to collect my thoughts and calm down a little bit. So what I just did was I actually took Lyle's CPU and GPU and I stuck it into a different system just to make sure that that crappy power supply didn't fry those as well. And lo and behold, it's working. Thank God the CPU and GPU did not get fried in the process. So now the question is, where do we go from here? I'm pretty sure that it was Lyle's intention to show you guys his system up and running, but clearly that's not going to happen, at least today. So the best that I can offer you guys is to give you a glimpse of the gaming performance with his CPU and GPU combo. And I say a glimpse because we're using different components here. Different motherboard, we have DDR5 memory at 6,000 speed. That's gonna change things a little bit. Plus we have much better cooling. Don't even look at the temperatures here, but at the very least we can see what kind of frame rates we're getting with that Core i3 12100F and the RX 6600 now that we finally have both of them working together inside of a build that's not hot garbage. Let's start off with some Doom Eternal, and we're at 1920 by 1080. Yes, I think we're on Ultra Nightmare. Ultra Nightmare, so we're pretty much maxed out. No ray tracing though. All right, let's see what's going on here. We're getting around 140, 150 FPS. It's probably gonna go up a bit down here. Just shy of 200 FPS. It's actually not too bad. I wasn't sure what to expect. I've personally never purchased a CPU or a GPU off of AliExpress or Temu. Based on a visual inspection, the components look legit. They didn't look like some kind of counterfeit BS, and I'm happy to report that they seem to be performing all right. Obviously, this isn't the most demanding game, but it definitely shows us that anything less demanding than this, like esports titles, for example, should run perfectly fine at pretty high frame rates, at least at 1080p. Not too bad for a CPU that comes in a plastic bag. Let's crank things up with some Cyberpunk 2077. Make sure that we're at 1080, VSyncs off. Graphics, I say we do, let's just go with high. Let's not try to be too ambitious here. I'm gonna leave all of the frame generation off. Obviously, we're using an AMD card, can't use any of that, but we'll also just disable Fidelity FX Super Resolution for now. All right, we're getting around 60 frames per second here. We are dipping below that occasionally, but overall, this is very playable. Don't ask me why my chick is topless, okay? I didn't do that. I don't know why she's that way. I just loaded up an old save and she's got no top on. It's very strange, but let's just keep it focused, boys. The frame rates are looking really good, considering where the CPU and GPU came from, and also given the fact that the CPU was definitely used, we're looking all right, and we're not even using any kind of AMD Fidelity FX Super Resolution, which we should actually try that out and see what we get. Let's do quality. Keep it looking crispy. Keep it looking nice and crispy. That bumps us up quite a bit. The game still looks all right. Definitely took a few ticks down in quality. Things aren't quite as sharp as they were, but overall our frame rates have improved significantly. Not too shabby. You can see there the CPU and GPU combined, we're drawing about 150 watts from the wall. Total system power is probably closer to 175 maybe. So a low power system that actually seems to be handling 1080 games quite well. Obviously, this is a first-time experience for me using the CPU and GPU from AliExpress, but it seems like if you are gonna go that route, you should be fine. I would say if you are gonna go that route though, make sure that you're buying from a trusted, verified seller and that they at least have some decent reviews racked up. I've heard AliExpress has a pretty decent return policy as well, so that probably instills a bit more buyer confidence. As far as the other components go, like the cooler and the motherboard, that is still TBD since we weren't actually able to get the full original system up and running. You guys let me know if you want to see a part 2 of that. I'm not sure if anyone cares. Maybe you're interested. Let me know down below. Thanks for watching this one, guys. I'll see you next time.